Now, I am no Charizard glazer. I liked Charmander as a kid, but Bulbasaur has become my favorite of the original 3 starters. That being said, I am sick and tired of hearing that Charizard is overrated. But you know what I'm not sick and tired of hearing? When you guys click that subscribe button. I appreciate the support, especially with the changes YouTube has made. But let's get back to the video. I mean, Bulbasaur was the odd one out in the popularity polls, and Charizard is seen as overrated by the true Pokemon fans because Charizard just so happens to get all the fun new mechanics. Of course, Charizard is going to get a lot of the new toys. He's the most popular Pokemon ever. That's just Nintendo doing good marketing. And also, it's not like Charizard got his own unique Terraform in Gen 9. The Legend Mark 7-star Terradun isn't even unique to Charizard. Also, Charizard didn't even get a Z Crystal. Want to talk about a true overrated Pokemon? Let's look at Blastoise. Yeah, I like Blastoise. In my Heart Gold playthrough that has hundreds of hours, I have a Blastoise on my main team. But even now, I'll say he's the most overrated of the 3 Kanto starters. Venusaur early on didn't have the popularity. Charizard later on was given the fraud status. Yet Blastoise was just allowed to sit in the corner and just chill out? For what? He's not even a top water type in the Kanto region. Sure, fire types sucked in Gen 1, but at least Charizard was like the second best fire type. Blastoise was worse than Gyarados when Gyarados used to have a base 100 special attack. Not to mention Starmie, Lapras, Slowbro, Tentacruel, Vaporeon, and even Belly Drum Poliwrath. But look, this isn't a video hating on Blastoise. I love Blastoise, he was on my birthday cake growing up. But what I'm trying to get at is that Charizard is a beloved and iconic Pokemon that doesn't deserve the fraud or overrated treatment. I mean, at least Charizard was decent in VGC for some time. And that's another thing. Competitively, Charizard has always been more or less good. Solid in the lower tiers of the first gen, but he was solid in the second, amazing in the third, unfortunately fell off for Gens 4 and 5 because of Stealth Rocks, came back in Gen 6 and 7 thanks to his Megas, and as I just mentioned, he dominated in Gen 8 VGC and at least got Heavy Duty Boots back in Smogon Singles. He's a good Pokemon. And I get people want to say that Charmander is the worst Kanto starter to choose for your adventure since the first 2 gyms are rock and water. But that argument is kind of blown out of proportion. Brock's original Gen 1 team has no rock-type moves. And though his Onix has Rock Tomb in Gen 3, as long as you're slower than his Onix, Brock will never use the move. Additionally, his rock types have terrible special defense, so even if you resist his attacks, it does a decent chunk. Craziest part is that in the original Gen 1 Pokemon games, you can skip Misty. Kanto is surprisingly very open as a game, so you could just skip Misty, grind your Charmander until it's a solid level, then come back and beat her. You literally can't go wrong with any of the starters in Kanto, so let's stop this false narrative that Charmander is the wrong choice. Anyway, yeah, that's all I have to say. Was Charizard ever overrated? I mean, yeah, homie got 2 Megas and was the champion's ace in Gen 8 when Galar's Parliament was just issuing Dexit. But I mean, now I think that hate train has finally left the station, and we could just appreciate one of the more iconic Pokemon this franchise ever made. But with that, I hope you all enjoyed. And if you stayed until the end of the video, please consider subscribing, or liking the video, or commenting. YouTube really changed their algorithm, so it's been rough. I really appreciate all the support, take care, and I'll see you all next time.